Good evening, gamers, and welcome to Voulge Gaming. This is Voulge on 7 Days to Die with my very first video, and I just kind of wanted to show you the current base that I'm working with in case you have any issues or problems that you're trying to work through, and maybe you'll get a couple of ideas, but really it's just to say hi. This is my first little hut that I built on the very first day. It didn't take a whole lot to make. It features a double block base, good for when zombies are trying to claw their way in. And to get in, I developed this ramp idea. Initially I had a ramp, um, made of wood where I would run up and then run across and jump over. But then I just decided to try to, use this ramp here to get that last little bit. And as long as you're sprinting, it just kind of pops you right in without the need to manually jump. Um, and then, up above, I did a reverse ramp just to make it all look good, and that way when you close the door, you've got a solid wall. Um, so inside, we've got a little wall safe for various odds and ends, good schematics that if a friend were to join, I could, make sure that they can make and repair their own. Just a box for odds and ends, campfire, sleeping bed. Here's my little foot chest that I've got all my completed guns and various clothing items. And up here I've got the different supply chests. Kind of off the floor, you freeze up the you know the square footage that you can move around in, and in my little plant. Um, and right across the way I've got my mining shack. It's again made out of cobblestone. It's a really quick and easy way to make fortified structures early in the game. Um, Features a 45-degree ramp, and I was really lucky going uh, down to bedrock on this because I've been on a lot of maps where bedrock is just you know it's beyond the rendering distance of the PlayStation 4, but I was pretty lucky here. Um, so yeah, this is my little work area. I've got a couple different shafts going in each of the cardinal directions, just to hunt for ore veins and that sort of thing. And one thing that I really like about having this 45-degree ramp to my mine instead of a lot of people use ladders is out here I've got a little spike pit. For whenever the screamers come around, they'll be drawn to this location, as this is right above the forges underground, and hopefully they impale themselves. Lately, they've kind of been stopping at the edge and just kind of, twitching around, but, it's day 27. They're not that big of a threat anymore. Um, so over here, I've got a little underground garage. It's nothing fancy. This used to be back when the mini bike would despawn on uh, vanilla structures. I built this again, trying to save as much materials. I just the areas that zombies would have contact with, I made out of concrete, but the rest of them I just built out of wood to keep it simple. Um, got some spare fuel and enough parking for 2 or 3 bikes there, but currently I've just got the bike sitting up right beside the house there. And here just a little simple farm, nothing big or fancy. I found it's enough to sustain one person, you know especially with the skill points for saving hunger and that sort of thing. So it's I've seen a lot of farms that are just huge, but I didn't need a big huge farm. And over here, this is my panic room, so to say. Again, I really like the ramp feature, and I'm sure plenty of other people have used this before. Um, but I hadn't seen any, but I don't spend a whole lot of time on YouTube aside from like Skippy and a couple videos from Cage. yeah, I just got some spikes, and again, the places that the zombies might have contact with, made of concrete, and the rest was made of wood. I was trying a couple of different little tests here to see what the different blocks were, but then I realized, oh, that's in my panic room. Um, down here is everything that you might need. Some spare bolts, spare crossbow, food, water, med supplies, and then up here on the walls are everything that I can just kind of quickly grab off of the zombies before they despawn. And I went with this pillar and block design, thinking that the cop zombies could shoot through the pillars, but so far they really haven't. And originally I was going to have them, if they were shooting, you could kind of get down and then pop up and hit them with a crossbow. But they don't seem to be able to sense you through the pillars. And this one odd block down here, I kind of put in case things just got horribly wrong. Got surrounded by cop zombies. I could kind of come up here, with the hatch closed, and my feet would still be protected. But so far, that hasn't really been an issue. Well, I hope you... Oh, there's one last thing. It's not really part of the base, but I haven't taken it down yet. I was wanting to see if zombies could drown, and maybe that's a series that I'll make, is just different tests that I do in the game to kind of dispel myths and things. But yeah, I was just kind of checking out, what it would be like to have a base over the water if the zombies would drown or not, and they don't. So there's that. Well, I hope you liked my video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to read them. And keep gaming on.